Give thanks to Allah for the moon and the stars.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Subhanallah, more than 10 days of Ramadan have already gone by so fast. I hope you're enjoying every single day of this special month. I'm back again with another story, which I hope you'll like. It's a favorite story that used to be read to me when I was a kid, so that's why I like it a lot. It's called The Unhappy Queen. So this queen lived in a huge palace. One day, she's sitting in her royal hall, servants all around her, and she says, "I'm bored." Her advisor pressed his fingers together. Some music, perhaps, Your Majesty? The queen gave a slight nod. Okay, let me listen to some music. The royal musicians come in and they're playing their songs. And then she says, "Oh, I've heard this song a dozen times. Go away." She sends them out. And "I'm bored," again she says. Her advisor tugs at his mustache. "Okay, how about some acrobats? We can have a show for you." She nodded. And then these acrobats come in with cartwheels and flips in the air and turns and flips. She's still not impressed and it wasn't able to raise her spirits. Let me think," said the advisor. "What you need is something different, a diversion, something that has never done before. How about a contest?" The queen sat a little taller. That sounds interesting. A contest? Then she sank back in her throne. A contest on what? What kind of a contest? "Listen," he says, "how about we can have a musical competition?" She shakes her head. Okay. How about a baking competition? We can have bakers all over the town compete and bake cakes and pies and... Oh, sorry, I forgot it's Ramadan and you're fasting. Well, she waves her hand. She does not like the idea of a baking competition. Okay, the advisor's getting nervous. I know. Let's have a contest of the best painting of Your Royal Highness. We will bring in the best artists from all over our village and they will draw a painting of you, Your Royal Highness. She says, "Oh, please. I already know what I look like. And if I want to know what I look like, I'll just look in the mirror. And besides, look at all the walls. They're full of paintings of me already. That's not what I want. I'm tired of all this." She stands up. She starts pacing across her royal floor, thinking. "I know," she says. "We will announce a competition like you said. But what type of a competition? We will announce a contest of who can bring me the most beautiful thing they have. Who can bring me the most beautiful thing in the world. And I promise, whoever brings me the most beautiful thing, I will give them my royal crown. They need to amaze me, dazzle me. I want them to take my breath away." The advisor said, "Oh, but Your Royal Highness, your crown? That is a treasure. That is full of diamonds and emeralds and gems. You cannot just give it away." She said, "That is done. Make the announcement. I will give my crown to whoever can bring me the most beautiful thing in the world." And soon enough, long lines of people coming into the gate of the palace to come to the queen to bring her their most beautiful possessions in hopes that they would win the crown. So everyone is hoping that I have the most beautiful thing. So people came. Some people told her poetry. They started reciting the most beautiful poems. Some people even brought their daughters. They have these beautiful, lovely daughters. Some people brought in gowns. Some are silk, some are satin, some are velvet, really soft. Some people brought in jewelry. One person brought in chocolate. Some people brought their pets. Some kids brought in their favorite dolls. And all this time, the queen finally said, "Oh, I have a headache. This is hopeless." Nothing the people brought the queen impressed her enough. One man stood up. He pushed through the crowds. "Not quite hopeless, Your Majesty." The queen sat up, wondering who dared to contradict what she just said. A bearded man came closer and he said, Your Majesty, I can put an end to this madness, Your Highness. I know the answer. I know what is the most beautiful thing in the world." The queen raised an eyebrow. You have brought me the most beautiful thing? Show me what you have." No, not I, nor anyone here. I have stood in line for 2 days, pushing through the crowds, so I can tell you that what you are looking for cannot be brought to you. You must go to it. That is all. He turned around. Wait! Whatever do you mean?" she called after him. She tried to see him, but he was gone through the crowds. The man was gone. The queen's advisor said, "Oh, Your Majesty, do not bother yourself with that silly man. I will try to bring you something beautiful. I will look for something in your palace." No, she said. "I can't get that man's words out of my head. He made sense. I need to go and see what is the most beautiful thing in the world. Send everyone home. Tell the people to go home. Get out of your lines and go home. I'm going on a trip." "Why, I haven't been outside my palace in weeks or months or years. I can't even remember," she said. "That's it. I'm going on a trip." The whole palace got busy to prepare the carriage and groom the horses and saddle the horses and pack Her Majesty a picnic basket. She's gonna need food on her trip. She was so excited about making plans for this trip that she forgot how bored she was and how unhappy she was. She got into her carriage, the gates of her palace opened, and off it went. And the horses started trotting. As they moved away from her palace, she looked back. I never noticed how beautiful my house was. How come when I look at my house, my palace from a distance, when I'm looking outside, I realize how beautiful it was. I never noticed how beautiful my home was. Oh well, okay, let's go on the trip in search of the most beautiful thing in the world. She didn't even know what she was looking for. She didn't even know where she would find it. But as days went on, the carriage was trotting down around hills, up a mountain, down a valley. She began to notice things around her. She began to notice beauty. She saw beauty in the farmers planting their land and the plants that were growing. She saw beauty in the birds flying in the sky. She saw beauty in a baby calf trying to walk for its first time on its wobbly knees. How cute! She found beauty in a blue lake. she found beauty in a pink rose. She found beauty in the sunset as the sky turned pink and purple and blue and orange all at once. She found beauty in the stars twinkling at night. She finally found it. She found beauty. She was finally happy. She was finally at peace. Do you know what the beauty she found was? It's the beauty all around us in Allah's beautiful creation. She told the men who were driving her carriage, "Take me back to the palace. I must return to my palace. I'm finally happy." She returned back to her palace and she realized there's beauty all around her. She just never took the time to notice, never took the time to thank Allah for simple things. It could be a bird chirping outside her window. She never took the time to thank Allah for her home, and she never realized how beautiful it was. And then she made another announcement to all the people in the kingdom. The announcement was that the father of every family who had children, young children, to come to her palace. She stood up and she announced that she is going to take her crown off. Everyone gasped. Who is going to be the lucky one to take the crown? And what did this queen find? She found that beauty is all around us. We just have to look at it and thank Allah for it. And the other way to become more happy is to make others happy. So she started bit by bit, piece by piece, taking her crown apart. She took off one pearl and gave it to the father of the first family in line. The line kept moving. She took off every pearl, every diamond, every ruby, every emerald, every piece of gold and silver, every last bit, until she had nothing left of her crown, and everyone in her kingdom had something precious, something to go home to and sell and be able to afford to buy food and things that their families needed. And now she was even more happy by making the people around her happy. SubhanAllah, I hope you like that story. I used to really like that story when I was young, and I would ask for my mom and my teachers to read it to me again and again. So, now that our story is done, I have homework for you. Don't grunt and moan. I know that you're studying online from home and that you already have enough homework with your school. My homework is a fun homework. Your homework is to stand by the window for 5 minutes, or go outside to your backyard or your front porch. You could even sit on your balcony if you live in an apartment and stare around you and be happy with the beauty around you. It can be something so simple like the green leaves on a tree, or a ladybug, or a family of ants crawling away carrying crumbs. And then I want you to say 10 times Subhanallah, 10 times Alhamdulillah, 10 times Allahu Akbar. Okay, so are we done with our story time today? Yes? Okay, we're done? Alright, because I have to go outside now so I can do my part of the homework too. Alright, Assalamu alaikum.